So Barack Obama perfected the art of weaponizing government against political foes. We know what the IRS did to the Tea Party, and we know the FBI spied on the Trump campaign. Well, now we are learning the Biden administration is employing the same tactics. My competitor over at Fox News revealed an NSA whistleblower confirmed to him that the NSA is spying on him and his team. So now conservative talk show hosts are targets too of the Biden administration? Of course they are. I'm sure more are being spied on as well. And today, I learned something possibly even more troubling. After President Trump took office, the spying on his team apparently continued. A rogue intelligence community, loyal to the Obama-Clinton-Biden axis of corruption, apparently spied on members of the Trump White House. That, according to Deputy Assistant to the President, Sebastian Gorka, who claims he was one of the targets of the surveillance. Also a target? President Trump's chief strategist, Steve Bannon, says Dr. Gorka. This is what happens in third world countries. It is not supposed to happen in America, but apparently it does. Well, please welcome to the program the host of the Gorka Reality Check here on Newsmax and former White House advisor for the Trump administration, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Dr. G, great to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me, Grant.
All right, you and I were talking about this morning. How did you first learn that they were possibly spying on you while you're working in the White House? And to think about that, the ramifications to me are chilling that could have been going on.
I got to know a couple of great patriots. One was a very senior former CIA official who'd been a station chief and worked in the Middle East after September the 11th. And another one was a former member of the armed forces with a special forces and intelligence background. And they told me after I left the White House that they wanted me to know there is a part of the NSA, it is the most aggressive cyber arm of the NSA called the Tailored Access Operations, the TAO. And there was a small unit of contractors in the TAO who had been tasked to actually surveil members of the Trump administration, me and Steve Bannon and others included.
So, can you prove it, and why wait until now to come out with this? Because, clearly this is, I believe, illegal. No?
Well, it utterly is, and the methods they used are absolutely unconstitutional. There's a dodge they worked out called traffic shaping, whereby they know that they're not allowed to spy on U.S. persons in the United States, but they know that internet communications are absolutely global. So the NSA uses its capacity to shape internet traffic to move the nodes of connection. So instead of my email going from Washington, D.C. to New York, they route it through Malaysia, and they say, oh, look, that's a foreign communication, therefore we can intercept it. So with traffic shaping, they break the constitutional restrictions on the NSA, and they spy on people for political purposes. As to proof, a very, very highly respected journalist has the evidence, and she promised me that she will publicly disclose her sources. So when she does that, we'll have something to refer to. But what Tucker said is not an accident, and we know this. Whether it's Mike Flynn being surveilled, whether it's this so-called Azra Turk, this FBI asset that was used to try and entrap George Papadopoulos in the UK, we know there is a political perversion of the intelligence community by Obama holdovers.
And if you can, real quickly, because we're short on time, these are deep state, as I said, Obama, Clinton, Biden, the axis of corruption loyalists deep in government. But you're working for the President of the United States. He's the commander-in-chief. The national security implications of rogue agents inside the United States government frightens me. And the information they could learn, they could do great harm to this nation. Real quick, I'll give you the last word.
One last piece of evidence. I was given a special task, the counter-terrorist task, to work on with regard to the Middle East. I wanted to get 3 of my former pupils who are FBI agents detailed to me in the White House. That should be easy. Clearances are passed and they come and work for me. It should take 2 weeks. For 6 months, it didn't happen. Every week I went out to the HR department and said, where are my guys? Where are my agents with the clearances? They never arrived. And finally, a good guy at the FBI came to me and said the following. These are his words, senior FBI agent. Sebastian, you need to understand, you're never going to get those detailees because the 7th floor of the Hoover building looks at the Trump administration as, quote unquote, Grant, the enemy. The man elected by 64 million Americans is the enemy to the FBI.
Their hatred of President Trump and his love of freedom put national security at risk by not giving you the men and women that you need to do your job inside the White House. We're going to keep following this story. I know you're going to keep following this story. I appreciate you bringing it to me, Dr. G, as always. Thanks for all you do.
God bless you and the viewers. Thank you, Grant.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.